Carmel, you came back to the army to do a very different, but very important labor. What are you doing now in the army?
So, when I was young, I was in the intelligence force in the army, and for many years, I've been home, mother of 3 children,
All right.
and wasn't called back to the army. After October 7th, um, basically the feeling was all hands on deck. We need everyone, anyone who can help. And I joined the intelligence unit that is in charge of the hostages. My job was to communicate the intelligence to the families of the hostages. Specifically, I worked with the observers, the 5 observers.
What is the observers for people who don't know?
So, observers is a job in the army that mainly women do, in which they protect the borders of Israel by observing the borders and maintaining constant monitoring to make sure that no one crosses the borders, and also to alert if there is any unusual activity going on the other sides of the borders, and this is true for all borders. The observers that were captured were from the base Nahal Oz,
Yes.
and this is a base that is just a kilometer and a bit away from the border with Gaza. So I worked with the families of the 5 observers that were hostages, not including Noam Marziano, who was killed in captivity, and Ori Megidish, who was rescued. So I worked with Agam Berger and Liri Elbag and Naama Levi and Daniela Gilboa, Karina Araev. So in general, it's very difficult for the families, obviously, to go day by day and not know what's happening with their children. And what we try to do, which is a big effort to communicate intelligence in a way that doesn't jeopardize them,
Yeah.
but also allows the families to know something more than the...
What the newspapers or what they have.
Exactly.
Tell me something. It has to be very hard to tell a family about if you know if her daughter is alive, it was killed, you know anything, or you don't know anything.
Right.
How to arrange that? Because here we say, all right, they come and they say, no, it's not so easy.
No, it's very difficult. I think the main thing is to build trust, and that was my number one job, to build trust, regain trust of the families in the army, because it's obvious that you lose complete trust that anyone is doing anything, knows anything, tries to rescue.
Yes, everybody wants to do by themselves. If they don't see result, they want.
Right. So by building trust, I think the main point is that I always said, if we know something and we can share it without jeopardizing, we do it. We share it, and we never tell lies. If we don't know, we say we don't know, and that's very difficult. The families say, "How do you not know anything? For a month, or 2 months, or 3 months?"
Or now more than a year and almost a year and a half.
Right. So again, I think the main thing is that anything we can share with the families, we do, for me, I can say that it's amazing to see how they hold on to optimism and to belief, and they work so hard with the government and to make sure that somehow they will come back.
Are you still working with them?
No. So once the 5 observers came back, it was obviously very, very happy day for everyone, and also for the intelligence unit. And I'm finished with my reserve duty.
For people that don't know or doesn't realize, how was it this time you were with these families and with the other families and the families that are still suffering, because we have 59 still hostages? How is it for them not knowing? You talk a little bit about what. How is it the day by day? Because can you do your normal life? What is it?
it's unbearable, and especially as time goes by, it's helplessness. Like every day that goes by is a feeling of helplessness. Gaza is so close to Israel. You feel like you can just reach your hand and bring them back. It's not. It doesn't. You can't really understand why aren't they home yet. And I think, and none of us can. And also the general public, wants them back and misses them. And I think the most difficult thing is for them to understand that, for example, we are asked many times, why don't you, if you have intelligence, why don't you go and rescue them?
Yes.
And I always tell the families, our main mission is to keep their safety. And if a rescue mission jeopardizes their safety, then the army will not rescue them, because we know that it's a very, very dangerous act to rescue them, and the rescues that we did do, that the army did do, were very unique situations where we understood that there's high chances of it being successful. And I think that that's one of the most difficult things for the families. Like, go and rescue them, they're right there. But it's much more complicated.
A very important question, just to be finishing. Here in Mexico, we knew about it. We tried to do. Did they get the families this support? We know that people now are running. We have the race running for their lives. We have manifestation. We did some things. We do in our media. Does it help? It gets to
Yes.
them. It helps. It's something useful.
Yeah, I remember one time talking to the families that it's first of all, anytime they get support, like a video, WhatsApp, something like this, an event, it fills them up. And the situations where people come to be with them, and the protests, more than thinking if they work or they don't work, it's more feeling that people are with them and support them. And I really want to say that for me, coming from Israel, I didn't know how much is done here in the communities, and I think that it's so heartwarming. I will take it back and also, spread the word.
Thank you.
But just keep on doing it.
That was the last question. What can we still do? Because we still have 59
Right.
kidnapped, and we have almost 1 year and a half with that.
Right.
What can we do still there? Can we do something, or it's just something that is happening there?
No.
What is it now?
So
What is coming now?
I really think that anything you can do to support the specific families that their loved ones are still in captivity, from sending these media, the events you do, like, keep on doing it, and you can find connections in Israel. I can also help to reach them personally, and manage to tell them that in the whole world, everyone is praying for the loved ones to come back from captivity.
Thank you for being here in Mexico,
Thank you.
and thank you for your work. It's incredible, and we hope that soon this will end, and the 59 hostages and all these people will be back at their homes, safe with their families.
Amen. Bezrat Hashem.